this discussion difficult. I tell you personally, for me, as I mentioned before, I am glad that on the federal level there is discussion about production in America struggling. I'm very happy about that. Because you got Veterans Affairs, you got banking, finance issues, you got transportation issues, you got all these things. So the reason I said honored to begin with is it's with all the things going on in the world to have film production looked at. That's great. Now let's take that and let's move it to something practical, which, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, would be an effective federal tax incentive that that is not out of this world to do. You sit it on top of the states and it helps. One last thing I'll say: why do all these countries offer these incentives? Why does Georgia offer this incentive? Why does 30 something other states in the country offer incentives? It's because it drives economic development. When you do a movie somewhere, when you do a production somewhere, it's like people, my family's like, why do they get 30%? I'm making widgets and tires. Why don't I get 30%? Well, when a film is done, there's a lot of effects. It sprinkles through the economy. For example, I'll just use hotels as an example. A production will take 20 nights, 200 people will spend 20 nights. That's 400 hotel nights over time. Catering, it's not 1 day catering, it's 20 days of catering. It's got this impact that flows through. Now, you take tourism that goes on after that, like Walking Dead, Vampire Diaries. Those communities to this day will tell you, thank God for entertainment tourism, because you get a show. I mean, right now, Stallone is shooting Tulsa Kings in Atlanta. It's about a Tulsa mob boss, but folks are identifying those locations where they're shooting. Folks go there, eating, sleeping, visiting. So that's why they're after these incentives. I think that's the real question people seem to forget is, why are we even talking incentives for this group? It's because it drives economic development, and it's done a marvels for the state of Georgia. There's been 3 years in a row of record tourism in Georgia, and it was just announced last week that we hit another record, almost $85 billion in economic impact for this state last year, reported by the governor in tourism, and a lot of that is because of entertainment tourism.